and time to give your time to do your financial planning. And for this today, I am joined by Shweta Jain from Investography. Shweta, hi, good evening, welcome to the show. And you'll be doing our viewers' financial planning and answer their mutual fund portfolio queries. And the first viewer online is Rudra Kumar. Hi, Rudra, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you so much for sending us your question. And you're currently employed with a bank. That's what you've told us. And you want to begin your investment journey by investing 10,000 every month for next 10 years in mutual funds.
Yes, right, exactly.
So, is this your first time investing in equity?
Uh, I'm not like exactly sure which where I want to invest,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm thinking I want to go for the mutual funds with the high risk. I mean, to get a good returns.
High risk. Okay, so you are aware of your risk appetite and you can take good amount of risk,
Yes,
which is quite natural. Looking at your age, I think you can really afford to do that also. I mean, as long as you don't have any other financial responsibility on you. I mean, I hope you figured that thing, that part for yourself. But 10 years, that's time frame you're looking at. What's the amount, what's the corpus that you want to accumulate? Any clarity or any thought?
um, no, there is no particular thought.
Okay. All right, so let's guide you. And thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to help you with your investment journey today at the beginning. Shweta, 10 years, 10,000 rupees.
Hi, Kavita. Thanks for having me on the show. Rudra, you've started early, at least the thought about investment is there. So I think that's a great first step. The next step could be your more large cap investment rather than getting tempted into mid and small cap, which could be more volatile. So you could start off with something like a UTI Nifty 50. The dual advantage is that you can sound smart to your friends as well, saying I do a passive fund, which is also low cost and I don't have fund manager risk. So that's a good advantage for you to start off with. And I would say once you've settled into the investment for about a year or so, look at something like a flexi cap. You could do like a PPFAS flexi cap, which also has mid and small cap. So by then you would have, gained some experience as an investor, and you'll also be adding some bit of international exposure. So when your friends are getting started, you can sound even more smarter with that. And later on, you could keep investing, keep increasing your investment, even if it's by 1,000. I think it's the discipline and the fact that you're investing more and more. That's a great start. And when you can, sort of put some goals, I would definitely urge you to put monetary goals, put them on pen and paper, and your investments will start off with a more focused journey. So all the very best.
All right, Rudra, is there anything else you want to ask Shweta?
No, I'm clear. Good.
All right, all the best. Shweta, we move on to our next question, and which is from Lakshmaya from Hyderabad. And he says that he's recently retired and wants to invest 30 lakhs in SWP for mutual funds, and he wants to understand what's the right strategy. So I believe over here what he's trying to say is that he want to invest 30 lakhs and then use a SWP for that amount. It's also important for you maybe, Shweta, to explain our viewer what does SWP mean and what does SIP mean. So a lump sum investment or staggered investment of 30 lakhs and then the benefit by the route of SWP.
Yeah, so I would definitely urge Mr. Lakshmiya to look at investing in debt or safer avenues, especially because he wants to withdraw money regularly. So SWP is a systematic withdrawal plan where you invest a lump sum or an amount of money and then regularly withdraw like an SIP, which goes automatically from your bank. This is something that is coming automatically to your bank on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, as you may deem fit. So one is definitely that he is looking at investing 30 lakhs. So definitely look at a larger debt portion, if not the entire thing. But it also depends on how much he wants to withdraw on a monthly basis. So if it's only say 3,000 rupees versus say 30,000 rupees, the recommendation would change quite drastically. So I think that's something that if he were to clarify, if he was online and he can clarify, I think that's something that we can help him with. But otherwise, if he is looking to withdraw even something more than 20,000, he would have to stick to debt funds, and a lot more to short-term debt funds than even other regular debt funds, because that's something that he may not like, the volatility, because looking at the phase that he's in, the stage that he is in, he may not want to see volatility at all at the moment. So he could look at short-term debt funds to start off with. Also depends on whether he's invested in mutual funds before or not, what kind of portfolio he has otherwise. I mean, just to recommend debt schemes is the easiest part for me, but to figure out how this fits in his overall portfolio, I think that's the tough part, and that's why I'm a little hesitant in recommending the schemes just off the bat.
A lot of clarity is needed, especially when we try and do someone's retirement planning. And also, although it's a beautiful concept to have a SWP, it's very important to analyze certain aspect. First is how much of an amount every month you need, and also, Shweta, what should be that time? So for example, you've just retired, you've got a corpus in your hand, and you want to invest it, and can you directly have an SWP from next month, or you should allow that money to grow, have a strategy for that amount to grow, and then only after a certain period of time you should be going for an SWP? How does it work?
So ideal scenario is that you let it stay invested for at least 2 years. So there's some gain that has happened, but sometimes you may not have that flexibility. I do understand that. So in such scenarios, what you can do is keep say a year's expenses aside, and then sort of invest that. What also happens is, suddenly when you do have a lot of money and time at the time of retirement, people tend to spend a lot of it on unnecessary things, or just want to indulge at that time, and because you have that time, that's temptation sort of makes people lose out money, or lose money rather quickly, or spend money rather quickly. So we've seen there is a huge surge in expenses for the first 5 to 10 years after retirement, whether it's traveling, whether it's gifting to kids, whether it's buying properties, investing in other projects other than which is regulated. So I would urge investors to sort of keep that money aside, and then take 6 months time to decide what you want to do, what kind of lifestyle you want that you can sustain throughout your retirement, what kind of risk protection that you need in place, whether it's health insurance, whether it's something for your home that you want to protect, whatever it is, that what your priorities are as a family, and then decide. So in this case, I think the recommendation of schemes is the easiest, but like I said, it's how much that he wants to withdraw from that, what is the total amount of corpus, how much risk can he take, what else is there in the portfolio. So a lot of these, what's his age, because there are certain schemes outside of mutual funds which may have a good option for you. So a lot of other things at play. So retirement planning, I think a lot more discussion would be needed with Mr. Lakshmiya than just recommending an SWP, which is again a great way for him to withdraw money regularly.
Shweta, hopefully we'll have a longer session on this particular topic some other day. But then in the meantime, thank you so much today for being a part of the show and helping our viewers with their portfolio queries. And it's a sign off from me also. But then I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID, where we keep waiting for your portfolio queries. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.